First of all, I like to laugh and I like for my participants to have fun. So where, I bring in a lot of, Sarah Ahmed, who wrote Being the Change. I always forget if it's Be the Change or Being, but it's Being the Change. And she also co-wrote Upstanders. She invites educators always to let the world kind of, drive your curriculum. And I totally subscribe to that as well. And it's something that I've always, really felt like is important. And so anytime I design a course, I try to make it as relevant, as participant centered as possible. So I try to get a little bit of background knowledge, some, thoughts about what folks are feeling, how things are going. And I really try to mold what we're doing based on the participants in it. But this year, one of the things that I am hoping to do is just really take a critical look, but in a fun way, at some of the more pervasive practices in writing instruction. Not because they're necessarily bad, but because I want to use kind of a culturally sustaining and anti-racist lens, especially, to really look at those and say, are these, what merit do they have? But also, how might we revise them to meet the needs of our students now, today, in front of us? And how does that, bridge kind of what I still see as quite a big gap between students in school and out of school literacies. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to bring in a lot of, pop culture and, real world current events kind of stuff. And of course, the specifics of it are going to be determined based on the participants that I have, but I certainly have a sense of the kinds of things that we'll look at. But it's just going to be really fun, and I think folks will walk away with just a really nice framework that they can use that sustains beyond just thinking about writing practices,
Yeah.
and teaching writers, but also we'll walk away with some practical things, because everything that I ask students to do in my courses, I'm like, I want it to be applicable to what's going to help you when you step out of this classroom. So it's not going to be, although we think theoretically, it's going to be very practical as well. So.